family we're born into and the families we choose for ourselves. It's a collaboration between So Say We All and the design team of this show to help bring LGBTQ and more stories to this beautiful space, the White Box Theater here in Liberty Station. Tonight you are going to hear stories from performers including Hunter Gatewood, Falun Bong, Paul Georgettis, Jazz Kuyate, Katie Tarabi, and Joel Castello.
Tell me your name. What's your name? Joshua.
You're also going to be lucky enough to have a special guest, City Council Member Chris Ward, here with us tonight during the evening. And you've already been enjoying music from our musical guest, The Social Animal. So a round of applause for that. So to tell you a little bit more about the whole Alphabet Project and how we all ended up here in this room tonight, I am going to bring up before you the program originator, Francisco Garcia Velasquez.
Ready for a good time? All right. So to kick things off, I just want to acknowledge a few people who made this possible, and if you could just please show your appreciation. So first and foremost, let's give it up to So Say We All. Let's give it up to the White Box for hosting us tonight. Let's give it up for Social Animal for opening things up for us tonight. And to all of the readers. So I want to share with you this very brief reflection written by Eddie. And so Eddie says, I used to have so much anxiety as a gay teenager. I really wished I could have prayed it away or changed because I was so fearful having grown up in a religious environment that conditioned me to believe I was lesser. Now, I'll be 30 this month. And I occasionally ask my friend Caitlin, did you ever think we would be where we are today? I'm healthy. I have a successful career with a company that values me and accepts me. Yes, I've had people try to fire me just for being gay. Despite my exceptional work performance, I get to travel the world with unimaginable friends and family. I really do feel that God loves me and has a plan for my life. I'm crying as I type this because now I ask myself, how could I deserve any of this? Wishing I could go back and tell a young Eddie that it really does get better. If you're going through a rough time, just know that it's temporary, and I'm glad you're in my life. Let's give it up for Eddie. I believe that Eddie's story really captures the essence and the mission of this project known as the whole alphabet. You know, nobody should ever have to feel the way Eddie felt as a young teenager. And if you agree, can I get an amen? Amen. Nobody has a right to make somebody like Eddie feel that they're less than. If you agree with me, can I get a hell no? Hell no. And so this is where the whole alphabet comes in. What makes this story extra special is that Eddie is my cousin. He now lives in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and is living a wonderful life. And I wish that Eddie would have come out at a younger age because perhaps things between us could have been different. Perhaps we could have enjoyed life. Perhaps we could have become closer friends. But nevertheless, I am happy that he chose to come out in the way that he did, and now that he is living a very beautiful life. So again, let's give it up for Eddie and for all the people who are here tonight and have come out in spite of the opposition and of the many obstacles that you know you will encounter. So let's give it up. So my name is Francisco Garcia Velasquez. I am the project originator for the whole alphabet. I'm also a minister in the United Methodist Church, but please don't stone me quite yet. I was very fortunate to have studied theology at Duke University. I graduated in 2015, and a year later I was invited to return to be part of a learning community that explored the intersection of leadership, social justice, creativity, and community. And all of the participants, after they graduated, they were invited to then apply for a generous grant to support a project that captured all of that essence that we learned throughout the learning community. And so I finished that about a year and a half ago, and I had the vision that I thought, I really want to invest this project, everything that I learned in this grant, into something meaningful for our community. And I just shared with you the story about Eddie, his particular story, and the story that might resonate with a lot of you who might be members of the LGBT community or perhaps allies that might resonate with you. And so I wanted to invest in that particular experience. And so I reached out to my friends, So Say We All. So let's give it up to them again. And so the project that you have here before you, the whole alphabet, was really about a year and a half in the making. And so when we got together, we discussed extenuously, how could we make something like this happen? And so we thought, I am the project originator. You guys are doing something amazing. So let's connect with the people that we know, members of the community, who can really spearhead this project. So while I am the project originator, really, I stood behind and I said, let's do this together. And so now you have here before you this amazing project known as the whole alphabet. So really our scope is essentially threefold. You have this beautiful project that seeks to be a form of resistance against the ignorant and toxic narratives and all that bullshit that you hear, that because of who you love and your orientation that you're less than. So essentially this project seeks to be a resistance against that. Our project also seeks to create a safe space in which stories can be incubated, in which stories can be told, to be able to encourage and inspire, and of course, with the flavor of the vamp, to entertain people, right? So the stories that you hear tonight are going to be pretty amazing, so we hope that all of you will be encouraged. And last but not least, that what happens here tonight, that it will in some way, shape, or form down the road educate people. And not just educate people, but educate the hell out of people, because we live in such a polarized society in which we are so divided, and the one thing that we have in common is a shared humanity. So we hope that this project is essentially a movement in that direction. And so we are so grateful for everybody that participated and invested into getting us to this point, to be able to make this beautiful moment happen. But we're not just looking for a moment. We're hoping to spark a movement. And so we hope that you all will enjoy what happens here tonight. Stay tuned, spread the word, support us financially. Do whatever you can to make sure that we continue doing what we're doing. And again, thank you for being here tonight, here with us, especially on a Friday night. And so without further ado, I would like to introduce to you our first reader of the night, a person who needs no introduction. And so I'll hold on that for a moment.
Councilmember Chris Ward.